So I started doing Amazon FBA 5 years ago, and now I actually do it practically full time, and I'm still scaling my brand in general. But today I kind of wanted to show you guys my progression of learning throughout time, just to kind of save you guys time on your learning progress and where you are right now. So I think this video will be really helpful for you. So without further ado, like and subscribe, and let's get right into it. Sorry if that intro is just so cliche, but I always have to just do the same intro every time and introduce what I'm talking about. But this is my first market, guys. I learned about Amazon FBA in 2019 from a friend who literally gave me his course that he bought for $500. And let me tell you, the course was the most basic thing I've ever literally done in my entire life. It literally was just so basic of just putting teaching you how to put an Amazon product on Amazon and selling one, but it didn't really give you advice on finding the right market. So what I tended to find was high demand, low competition markets. And the first product I almost did and took action on was something called Jello shots, right? I thought it would be cool to create a really cool bundle with like the cups and then the syringes, right? Because I think it would be a really cool bundle to have the two together. But what I didn't realize is that anytime you create something, there's the opportunity for it to get copied very quickly. Not that this isn't a bad idea still, like literally 5 years later, I am actually willing and would be interested in trying this. This is a joke to see if it would work 5 years later. I think honestly it would be hilarious, and maybe I should even like do it one day if I get like a lot more stable of an income, like just do like a 10-year anniversary trying what your first Amazon FBA product was. That would be so funny. So comment down below if you think I should try that, but it would definitely cost a bit, so I don't know if I should do it actually. But then guys, I didn't end up doing this. What's funny is I actually paid like $400 for photography for this. It was a complete waste of money because I realized this market was just not going to be good. Like you look at the saturation of it and everything, there's so many listings, and I just was kind of realizing the search volume, it was so seasonal. Like this really gets popular during Halloween, and then it kind of dies out during like party areas, right? So summertime parties and then Halloween parties it goes, but then it's kind of just been dead, right? This is kind of when I was thinking about doing it right here, I would say. I was going into college my last year, and I was like, I need to be an Amazon FBA millionaire, so I need to sell something crazy. And so my next kind of idea I did, right? And this was a funny market because now I blew almost $7,000 on this market. I made a lot of it back, but what I thought was cool was I saw that babies love home ball pits, obviously, as you can see by the photos. And I realized that babies also like dinosaurs, right? I thought of like cool figures to describe as a design for ball pits. And I thought dinosaurs would be such a cool listing to have. In the end, it really wasn't. It got some orders for sure. Like I maybe made 50 orders, but guys, it did not sell well at all. It was a terrible idea. Never sell one design thinking that everybody will like it when really maybe only a percentage of people like dinosaurs in this market. Take yourself out of it and realize that other people have different interests. It was a very stupid mistake on me. It was a really cool design in general. By the way, guys, if you're new to Amazon FBA, one of the biggest things I did was getting a mentor when I first started to quickly learn the right way of doing things. And right now I'm offering one-on-one help for only 10 people. I currently am helping 2 people right now, so there's about 8 spots left. And I think it's so good to have a mentor wherever you go, instead of taking a course and just doing step-by-step stuff, but instead just doing a growing opportunity of learning how to do this stuff and asking as many questions as you can and all that stuff. So I'm willing to help you. My link is down below if you want to work with me. It's very, very one-on-one-esque, where we will have multiple calls a week. I will come with answering all your questions. I will also challenge you to grow more into this space and teach you as many things as possible that you can take with you for the rest of your life. Whether you're planning on starting a brand or not, I highly suggest this for anybody, so the link is down below for that again. So guys, back into this. My next product I thought about doing, so I failed this one, blew about 7 or 8 grand. It was very sad. I was depressed for months. It was very sad. I also launched this product too because I had one of my favorite high school teachers ever died, and he always told me to go after and take big risks in my life because he got really nothing too much to lose in the end. And he died during the time I was going to launch this, and that kind of forced me to launch this because I was in between if I should or not. I was 50-50, and he died during this time, and I was like, I need to it really triggered me to go because he was my favorite teacher of all time, and he always reminded me to take risks, to really go after what you want to do and don't let anybody tell you can't, right? And I really devoted it to him also, in a low-key way. So the next one I thought about doing was a dog scratch board. All right, so basically I found this market when it was brand new. It only had 3 listings in it. Sorry if I keep scrolling up and down though, but it only had 3 listings in it. And that's why I found it so interesting, is the revenue was crazy for those 3 listings. And then by the time I was consider launching this a month or two later, it already had 100 listings, right? Search volume was like 10K plus. Everybody was making 30K a month. It was wild, right? But I was noticing the same trend in a lot of different markets where brand new markets with high demand would get saturated quickly, right? So then I realized, well, if that's the case, I need to go into a market and just innovate, right? Just innovate like crazy. That is how I'm gonna win, right? That's how I'm like never gonna get overcompensated with listings, this or that. So my next market I really considered going into it's called a luggage rack. Funny enough, it was for travel, and I didn't end up launching the dollar scratch board, by the way. I just literally blew like $1,000 on samples because I wanted to make the best possible one. It was crazy. I blew so much money. The amount of money I've blown on samples is crazy. This one was the craziest one of how much I blew on samples. I probably blew over $1,500 to $2,000 in samples. Why? Because I wanted to create the first luggage rack with wheels that you can move around at any point in a room. I know, kind of sounds crazy, but it almost got to the point where I was able to do it. I even had a point where I was in Hawaii at this time, and I was moving into my new spot, and my sample got delivered at my old Airbnb, and I didn't really want to spend the money to go Uber to the Airbnb, pick it up, and go back. So I decided to walk 2 miles to my old Airbnb to pick up this package and then walk all the way back, because I just felt like I was super devoted to this and I wanted to do this so bad. And I did that, and I realized that making this product came with a lot of issues of trying to make it overall and making the wheels connect to it, and that it could like break at any point. So at that point, I dropped everything. I realized Amazon FBA is maybe not gonna work now. It's like I have tried so many different things. I bought so many samples, and every time I do this, either the product doesn't work when I try to innovate it, or the market gets saturated, this or that. And then what really hit me was I had already been selling a product, guys. So this is like all these markets I showed you, except the first one was the market I was trying to get into as a second product. I currently sell, I don't want to tell you what I sell, but my product is currently in an enthusiast niche, makes me a good amount of money, almost a full-time income, and been selling it for about 3 years now, consistently, almost 4 years. About 4 years now. And now I realized, I was like, if this is working for me and I'm trying so hard to launch a second product over and over and it's not working and I'm finding the same issue, why don't I just double down into what is already working and just scale a brand, right? Create a brand, because I found that my customer, the product I currently was selling, literally had a customer that was an enthusiast, that was willing to spend more, right? And I learned that like branding was winning on Amazon. People were coming out with brands, absolutely killing it. It wasn't about innovating as much as it was selling an emotion and understanding the customer, right? I stopped doing product researching and I started doing customer research as who my customer is and what they actually want. And I realized a lot of people weren't serving my customer right. And that's when, I got so much knowledge from my mentor that I have today. So I thank him so much if he's watching this video. And that's where it came in. And now I'm scaling my own brand of what was working this whole time when I was just literally trying to chase this second product, right? Because currently was selling a product and I just realized I could just create a brand out of this. I don't need to sell some second random product to double my income. And all of these products though that I wanted to launch as a second product ended up not working. I didn't end up launching pretty much all of these except the ball pit, and that one failed, and that caused fear in me too. But yeah, hopefully you guys don't make all these mistakes I made. All these mistakes came with valuable lessons to me, and now I understand Amazon better than I ever have with 5 years of experience. And again, if you want to work with me, the link is down below for one-on-one mentorship. I would love to work with you, whoever you are, because I believe in any single person and what they can do. I believe the sky's the limit for anybody as long as they believe it themselves, right? So yeah, hope you guys find this video kind of motivating. Everybody has their own journey, you go on your own journey, and it's different for everybody, and it's so easy to compare yourself to others, but really you have your own trail and you just kind of follow it and you learn along that trail, right? And meeting people along that trail that can help you go through that process faster is very important, and that's why I offer the one-on-one mentorship. And also that's why I encourage people just to follow their passions, because they will learn along the way all the lessons they want to learn, a lot of what they need to learn too. But hope you guys have an amazing day. You guys take care. Later.